Good morning, children. Today I will take The Merchant of Venice drama, Act 4, Scene 1. I am Mrs. Ghosh, and here we find that the scene opens in Venice, a court of justice. Now you have to very specifically specify the phrase a court of justice. You have to refer this for your answers. It's very important because in all other scenes we see the scene opens either on a street of Venice or at marketplace. But here first time we find it is at a court of justice. Enter the Duke, the Magnificos. The Magnificos are the citizens, the royal citizens, the rich citizens, and the eminent citizens. Antonio, the merchant of Venice, Bassanio, his best friend, Gratiano, his helper, Saladino and others. Saladino is one of his common friend. So here we find here that the court scene, the trial scene, the trap scene. Here I'll bring your attention towards trial scene. Why it's known as a trial scene also? Because it decides the fate of Antonio. It is known as court scene also. Some questions come referring to court scene. That means it is Act 4, Scene 1. In Venice, where the trial takes place, it is a court scene. Then it's a trap scene. Trap scene, why? Because in which Shylock is trapped by Portia and he has to just give up everything what he possesses. So please remember these three phrases: trial scene, court scene, trap scene. It refers to Act 4, Scene 1. And now I will bring your attention towards the Shylock's characteristics as highlighted by the Duke. The Duke says here, what is Antonio here? The Duke is concerned about Antonio, and the first question he questions is, where is Antonio? Antonio is ready, he is waiting for his fate. So he says here, ready, means he is all ready to accept whatever is there for him. So please your grace, yes, I am here. He tells the Duke, I am here. So what do you want? Let me know. The Duke says, I am sorry for thee. Now you find here a soft corner of the Duke for Antonio. Now Antonio has won the heart of Duke, maybe because he's a Christian or maybe because he's a good man. He's the merchant of Venice. The Duke says, I am sorry for thee. I feel sorry for you, Antonio. Thou art come to answer. You are here. And you are facing whom? You are facing Shylock. So what he tells about Shylock, he says here, he uses some phrases. Please remember to quote them when you talk about Shylock and his character. Shylock, to Shylock he says, he refers to Shylock and says, a stony adversary, an inhuman wretch. Let us find out what does a stony adversary means. A stony adversary means an enemy who has a heart of stone without emotions. Please write down this. And then he says, he calls him an inhuman wretch, without feelings, a person without feelings, bad or evil person, an inhuman wretch. And then he says, incapable of pity. That means he doesn't have any capability of showing any pity. And the void and empty, void, he is totally blank. No, nothing is there in him. What is not in him? Mercy. Void and empty from any dram of mercy. Dram is the lowest weight, measure of weight. So not even a drop of mercy, not even the minute particle of mercy is in him. Antonio is happy to hear that his enemy has been talked about like this. And Antonio says, I have heard, means he says, yes, I know. Your grace, means you the Duke, hath taken great pains to qualify. Now pains to qualify means he has taken pains, he has tried to argue with Shylock and to ask him to show mercy for Antonio. His rigorous courts because he's a very stony person, he's a hard-hearted man. So Duke has really taken a rigorous course to pacify him, but he has not been pacified. But since he stands obdurate means that cannot be Ardured means stubborn, right? Cannot be won over. And that no lawful means can carry me out of his envy's reach. No lawful means no law in the city of Venice can help me to evade from his fury, for his enmity. I do oppose my patience to his fury. So I have taken to my fate, and I am waiting for his fury, for his anger. I am ready to face his anger, and am armed to suffer, and I am prepared. I am prepared. Whatever suffering he is going to give me, I am prepared to suffer with a quietness of spirit. And I have got nothing to say, no argument, or nothing to say on my part. I am ready. Whatever he has in store for me, I am ready to accept it. That very tyranny and rage of his. Tyranny means enmity again, and rage. Rage is like anger. Whatever prejudice he has, whatever anger he has, whatever evil emotions he has against me, I am ready to face it. Duke says, go on and call the Jew into the court. Then let the Jew also come, let Shylock also come to the court. Salanio says, he is ready at the door. He comes, my lord. He says, Salanio informs that Shylock is already ready there, and he enters. As soon as Shylock enters, the Duke is talking to Shylock and saying, make room. No, he's telling his other people, make room and let him stand before our face. Let him face us. Shylock, the world thinks, and I think so too. He is including himself also. He says the world. World means each one is present here. And even I also think, thou art but leadest at this fashion of thy malice. Why are you guided by your malice? Why are you guided by your enmity? The feeling, the bad feeling, the emotion, the evil emotions you have regarding malice. Why are you guided by it? To the last hour of act. Why don't you change your act? And then it is thought, thou showed thy mercy and remorse more strange. So we are expecting that you should show some mercy than in thy strange apparent cruelty. Don't go into cruelty, please. It's a Duke's request. Duke is very softly speaking to Shylock and trying to win him, and that he should show some mercy towards Antonio. And where thou now exhastest the penalty, what will you get if you take the penalty, which is a pound of poor merchant flesh? What is the price of a flesh of a human? It has got no price in the market, in the value in the market. Thou will not only lose the forfeiture, and if you do so, you will not only lose everything what you have, but much with human gentleness and love. But if you show mercy, you will win so many hearts. Forgive a moiety of the principal. Forgive. Let the principal, the interest, moiety is the interest on the principal amount, the money which you have given, let it go. Glancing an eye to the pity of his losses. Anyone who will hear about Antonio's losses will feel pity for him. So he says, you have an eye of pity, and see, look at his losses. He has incurred so much of loss, so that have of late so huddled on his back. Saying that he has incurred a lot of loss. So please think about his losses and let his interest be gone and take the principal amount. And now to press a royal merchant down. The losses which he has got, he has incurred, he has faced, is enough to put a royal merchant. Now here Antonio has been highlighted as royal merchant. The Duke says a royal merchant can come down with all these losses and pluck commiseration of his state of money, that he has lost everything, from brassy bosom. Now brassy bosom is Shylock's bosom, and rough heart of flint from stubborn Turks and Tartars. Now Turks and Tartars are used here as phrase for barbaric people who are very barbaric, and they don't have any human feelings, human emotions. They are very barbaric. So Shylock has been referred as Turks and Tartars, never trained to offices of tender courtesy. These certain Tatars are never trained to be courteous people. They have no courtesy in them. We all accept a gentle answer due. Now after he ends, he's the last line, the Duke tries to tell very clearly the Shylock, we are expecting a gentle answer. So be very gentle with Antonio and his ways. Shylock, I have possessed your grace of what I purpose. Shylock says, I've come here for purpose. And by our holy Sabbath, like we Christians have holy day Sunday, same way the Jews, they practice holy Sabbath. Sabbath is Saturday, and this holy Sabbath is the sacred day according to Jews, and they don't do any work on that. There's a rest day according to their Lord. That Lord has given them rest, so he takes a vow. Holy Sabbath, it is very holy day for them. And by our holy Sabbath, he is taking a vow. Have I sworn to have the due and forfeit of my bond? I want nothing. I only want the bond, the forfeit of the bond. If you deny it, now he is challenging the Duke in very soft manner. He's saying, if you deny it, let the danger light upon your charter. Charter, that is the state, the law, and your city's freedom. If you deny justice to a foreigner, to a Jew, then you will get into trouble. I'll just raise voice and I can put you in trouble. So he's challenging the Duke. But say, it is my humor. Oh, it's my mood, my humor, my mood, my temperament. It is is it answered? He's very stubbornly telling the Duke, have I answered myself that what I want? I only want the forfeiture. What if my house be troubled with a rat? Now he's quoting some examples which you can find out very easy. It is, he says, if I am troubled with rat and I be pleased to give 10,000 ducats to have it banned. If I am troubled with rats, what will I do? I'll pay money, 10,000 ducats, and I'll get all the rats, my house freed from the rats. What are you answered yet? Are you answered yet? Now he's trying to say that what I want from Antonio is enmity. So I am there to take his life and no one can stop me. Some men there are love not a gaping pig. A gaping pig is a delicacy, a wide open mouth of a pig being roasted and kept as a delicacy. Some people don't like eating it. Some that are mad if they behold a cat. Some people get mad that they can't accept a cat when they see a cat, a domestic cat or a pet cat. They feel very wild. Now he's showing his own feelings about these people. And others, when the bagpipe sings in the nose. Bagpipe, that is a instrument. A bagpipe sings in the nose. When if you hear the bagpipe sound, it is a shrill sound. Cannot contain themselves. Now he's saying all these things which doesn't affect me, doesn't impress me, so I don't go for it. Even you will also not go. For affection, mistress of passion, sways it to the mood of what it likes or loathes. If you like, you accept. If you loathe on it, if you have enmity on it, if you dislike it, you let it go. Now, for your answer, whose answer? Duke's answer. Because Duke questioned, be gentle to Jude, be gentle to Antonio. That is what he's trying to say. No, I have answered myself. And there is no firm reason to be rendered to be given. I don't find any reason that I need to be merciful. Why? He cannot abide a gaping pig. Why? He, a harmless, necessary cat. Why? He, a woolen bagpipe, but of force, but yield so much inevitable shame as to offend himself being offended. He says that he should feel ashamed of himself of being offended, that he feels offending. I don't have any such intention of offending him, insulting him in other way. So can I give no reason? Nor I will not. After giving so many reasons, he still says, I will now not give any more reason. More than a lodge hate and a certain loathing, I have some enmity, some ill feelings, some ill emotions against Antonio, being a Christian. So here we have the prejudice of Christian and Jew coming up very often. The racism is here. In that era when this drama was written, it was accepted. Racism was in the highlight, but these days it is not accepted. You have to be very careful when you write your answers. I bear Antonio that I follow thus a losing suit against him. Alright, he has lost his case, so I am there just to take his flesh. Are you answered? Are you answered? He's asking the Duke. Bassanio feels very impatient of this Shylock's such a rough speech. So he says, there is no answer, thou unfeeling man. Remember, now Bassanio is coming up with the expression unfeeling man for Shylock. So we can refer to Bassanio's speech also when you talk about character of Shylock, to excuse the current of the cruelty. That means he is an unfeeling man. He doesn't have any feeling, no emotions. So you can't expect from him any mercy, only cruelty. Shylock, I am not bound to please thee with my answer. Now Shylock is getting irritated and tells Bassanio, I am not there to answer you. Bassanio, do all men kill the things they do not love? Bassanio is again questioning. Shylock says, I am not there to answer you. But still Bassanio questions him and irritates him and says, you kill everything which you don't love. Shylock says, hate any man the thing he would not kill. He said, a person who hates, you tell me, if he doesn't kill, he doesn't hate. Bassanio, every offense is not a hate at first. He is saying every insult is not a hate. Right? At first it's not an offense, it's not an insult. Hate comes, then you have time to forgive also. Shylock, what? Wouldn't thou have a serpent sting thee twice? What do you mean by saying that? First you hate and then you show mercy, or you don't show mercy. What will you do with a serpent? Serpent, a snake. You'll allow him to bit you twice. Once he has bitten, you'll wait. Oh, you bit me twice and only I'll think about what I have to do with you. No, you will just crush his head, and in the first bite only. So Antonio gets tired of the conversation and he says, I pray you think your questions with the Jew. I pray, I am requesting, don't do reasoning, right? Let the Jew do whatever he has to. You may as well go stand upon the beach. Now he is giving some references of the nature, the wild side of nature. He says, if you go and stand on the beach and bid the main flood bait his usual height. Means at the beach you see the waves come and they take a height. So he says you can ask the waves to tarry, to wait, right? But you cannot change Shylock. You may as well use question with the wolf why he had made the ewe bleed for the lamb. E-W-E-U. Ewe means female sheep, right? The mother sheep. Why? You can question a wolf why he had eaten the lamb and made the mother sheep bleed for her lamb. You may question a wolf, but you cannot question Shylock, that he is worse than a wolf. You may as well forbid the mountain pines. Mountain pines are the pine trees over the mountains, to wag their high tops and to make no noise. It's very noisy. I don't know whether we have ever experienced it, that these pine trees, when they wag in the wind, this is very noisy. They create a lot of noise. He says you can ask them to be quiet. They'll do it. But this man, Shylock, will not show mercy. When they are threatened with the gust of heaven. Threatened with the gust of heaven, they're talking about the pine trees. Right? Pine trees, when they make noise, when the heaven breeze or the wind blows. You may as well do anything most hard as seek to soften that. You can do all natural things, all cruelty, you can soften them. But then what's harder? What is harder? Shylock's heart. He's referring to that. his Jewish heart. See, it is given here, the Jewish heart of Shylock. Therefore, I do beseech you, I request you, make no more offers. Don't give him any offer. Don't ask for any request, right? No, don't offer anything. Use no further means. Don't try to find means to save me. But with all brief and plain conveniency, let me have judgment and the Jew his will. Easy, simple. Don't go into conversation, don't go into pleading, don't go into mercy asking. Just allow the judgment to be held and let him get his will and I get the judgment. Bassanio, for thy 3,000 ducats, here is 6. Bassanio is again impatient. He shows, oh, you take 6,000 ducats and let my friend go. Shylock, oh, he is not accepting the offer. He says, if every ducat is 6,000 ducats, each ducat is 6,000, right? Where is 6 parts and every part a ducat? I would not draw them. I would have my bond. He said, even if you pay 6 times the money, not 3,000 ducats, but 6,000 ducats, not even 6,000 ducats, but 36,000. 6 into 6. If you give 36,000 ducats also, then also I will not let my bond go. I want my bond. Duke, thou shalt, how shalt thou hope for mercy rendering none? Now Duke is reminding Shylock that if you are not showing mercy, how can you expect mercy from others? Shylock says, I don't need any, no? Then now Shylock says here, why judgment shall I dread? Why should I dread the judgment? I have done nothing wrong, doing no wrong. I have done no wrong. You have among you many a purchased slave. Now he questions that some slaves are, some Christians, they purchase slaves. Not even Christian, everywhere it is that you purchase slave. The difference between a slave and a servant. A servant is hired for some time, for few hours. You have servants and you have, they come, they work, they go away. And some are slave, they are bought. They are bought and they are 24/7 workers. So he is referring to those slaves. He says, some of you purchase, they buy slaves, and what you do with them? You make them work like mules and donkeys, right? Which, like your asses and your dogs and mules, you use a abject and a lavish, slavish part. You use him as an object and you make him work like a slave. Because you bought them, shall I say to you, should I continue saying this? That you bought the slaves and then you show no mercy to them. Let them be free. Oh, I want you all